Welcome back to the channel. Today is a really weird day for me because I switched up my order of how I'm doing things. I want it to be renewed and fresh, and it was very fresh. Instead of usually I start with just a 4-hour rip of cold outreach. Today I did 2 hours of cold outreach, then I made beats, went back and forth till I pretty much got everything done. So now everything I have to do has to do with filming. So pretty much filming, editing TikToks, things like that for the rest of the day. Only a couple hours. So I'm kind of in a rush, as you could hear in my voice. I'm in a rush to move. But yeah, I feel like right now, this time when I'm filming, it's the only time I can really lay back and really, really have this moment with me and you, the audience and me. And today, honestly, I feel like it's this energy that I haven't had in a while, because it's strong, it's tough, it's one of those days, and it's really cold outside today. Today is really cold. It's brisk, but those are the days I get the most work done. And yeah, the next couple of days are going to be really, really lazy for me. I have things coming up, and it's fun stuff. I have a lot to do outside of work, so I'm going to be a little bit lazy. Hopefully I can post. That's the only thing I'm worried about. I might miss a day. But yeah, so it's kind of just like, what's my threshold? That's what I'm kind of figuring out. What's my threshold before my brain just explodes and I cannot do any more work? Or I'm just so sick and tired of all this, and that suffocating feeling. And I keep pushing it back, and I haven't really pushed back on it this entire week. I haven't really pushed back on it at all. And I think I should. I think it'd be cool if I did. It'd be helpful if I do push back on it and keep adding hours. I think that the time that I see my family these days, I've been cherishing a lot more. So I'm kind of like, how do I balance it? It's the most difficult thing of all time, but trying to balance that. But yeah, I'm also losing weight, which is crazy, because usually I don't lose weight this passively. Like, I'm just passively losing weight because I'm walking a lot. I walk primarily I walk after I work, but I do a morning walk real quick, just like 30 minutes, just walk, and then anything I'm doing, whether I'm watching a movie or anything like that, I'm like pacing back and forth, and especially back and forth, literally back and forth. The muscle above my knees, I want to strengthen that, and walking backwards helps with that. I think, I'm not a doctor, but from what I've heard, that can help. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm excited for what this day has in store for me, because I feel like I've already been through the hardest part. And that feeling, that's the best. When you've already been through, you've already been through the worst of it. All you have left is the fun stuff, the editing, the things like that. And I might finish all of this filming and all that before my timer goes off, before my 8 hours come. So then I'll have however much time to do more cold calls. You know what I mean? Do more cold outreach. And cold outreach is doing fine. I am contacting a lot more people, but less are answering. So it's kind of like, who cares if less people are answering? And what I'm saying, I have to switch things up and optimize and leverage my time more with that. But otherwise, I'm really happy with where it's gone. And each day feels kind of like, it's like the show I'm watching. I'm watching Succession. Fantastic show. But it's about a bunch of rich people, a bunch of rich snobs, and their day is so hectic and so grueling that when they spend time with they spend time doing anything else but work, they're just annoyed and they're sick of life, and it sucks. Whereas for me, it's the opposite. When I'm in the work, it sucks, because this is the stuff that sucked, that's stressful, quote unquote. But family and little movie nights, those are the things that they don't make it worth it. You know what I mean? They're not supposed to be the thing that's dictating what I'm going to be, decisions I make in terms of work. But doesn't take away from the fact that those are the things I value the most in my heart, and that's what really matters. So I truly freaking value, and where I go from here in terms of hours, I don't know. We'll see in 10 days. You'll see on day, what day is it? I think it's 17 today. So you'll see on day 27 if I'm still doing the same routine. But I think switching up the routine really helped me today, really helped change my mindset from, okay, I'm doing this, I'm just got to get it done, just got two. Okay, now I'm having fun. We're doing it. You know what I mean? Now I got energy going, want to roll, you know what I mean? Just full steam ahead. You know what I mean? That's the part that it brings a smile to my face because I'm like, yes. And yeah, so when I think even if I switch it up, there's not one right answer on the routine. That's a lesson I've learned. I don't think there's one right answer. It's not either really like go really hard and this is the right routine. You go really hard on one thing and it's also not the routine I'm doing now. That's the right thing. It's whatever's for the moment. It's kind of like art. It's weird. It's like whatever's for the moment. As long as I'm getting the hours done, the hours are done. And as long as I have the quantity and the quality of work. If the quality of work decreases, then I have to go back to what I was doing or do an even harder one. But quality of work, I think, is better because my energy is up, because I'm getting more done. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm going to go film some TikToks, edit some TikToks, have some fun, and I'll see you guys after that. I just finished filming and editing some videos, and I feel great. Like, there's no better way to put it. I feel so awesome right now. I feel like I'm literally on top of the world. Like, I can take on a lion. You know that feeling, the high testosterone feeling that you get. And I want to talk a little bit about working out because that's something that I do pretty much every day. And if you listen to my podcasts or these YouTube videos, you know I do it every single day. And one of the biggest, most impressive things for me has been the fact that I do it every day and the fact that I weigh so much. I weigh a lot. I'm like somewhere in the 240s, 245-ish. And I'm 6 feet. So it's like, and I do only body weight exercise. I never really do weights. I used to when I was much younger. A couple years ago, I was doing weights like primarily only. And then as I started getting heavier, I was like, I'll allow myself to get heavier only if I can carry myself in terms of body weight. And now I'm doing 10 push-ups a set and 10 pull-ups a set, which I could do more than 10 push-ups a set. I should do, but I'm trying to nail the pull-ups first. I'm nervous that the cardio is going to mess me up. But yeah, which is super impressive. But I just finished doing 8 pull-ups a set. And it was insane. It was insane recently how I finished and I went up and on my chin up, really, it's not a pull-up. On my chin up, and I go and I reach 8 and I'm like, dude, this is crazy. I never thought this would happen. I was always nervous that 8 was like going to be my worst nightmare, doing 8 pull-ups a set for 10 sets. And I finally did it. And I remember there was one workout I did on a cruise, which already sounds awful. But cruises to me are the perfect time to get my basketball in. So I'm always playing basketball on a cruise. So I always get a lot of cardio done. But usually I was like midday. I found the gym. And I was like, all right, they have a pull-up bar. Well, let's do it. So I did some weights. I remember I was doing some weights. It was just so weird. It felt so awkward doing weights. But I was lifting just as heavy as I did when I was younger. I was lifting heavier. So yes, I was did my push-ups, I did my pull-ups, and it was one really rocky day on the cruise. It sucked. I mean, the workout was just, I was like, if only I'll get one set and just call it a day. I get one set, I'm like, all right, 2 sets. My goal is to get to 10 sets. And I'm just counting myself down. I'm like, all right, one more set. You know what I mean? I keep counting till I get to 10, somehow get to 10. I don't even know how I did it. It was so weird, so rocky. I couldn't stand by myself. I needed to hold on to the machine because it was so rocky. I was going to move over and I was so sore in my legs and my arms that I was just limp. It felt like I was limp. Like it was just, my arms were so noodly. It was so annoying. But I remember that day being like, this is going to be the hardest workout ever. And it was legitimately one of the hardest workouts I'd done, and I did it anyway. And it felt like the feeling I feel now. And I was so excited. I remember I walked up to this girl, a random lady. I don't know. She seemed older. She walked past me. I was like, and I think it was not necessarily like only walk past. I think it was like walk past me and it was in the same section. I literally go to her. You look great. Just out of nothing. Just literally out of the sheer fact of my happiness. I wanted to share it. I was like, you look great. And she went, oh, thank you. And I go, all right. Yeah, see you later. That was it. Like, I was having such a good time. And that's how I feel right now. Like, my energy is so high. I can punch through a wall. You know what I mean? And that story is really funny to me because especially like coming up to people, that was a big thing that when I was younger, that was like a big fear of mine. I was like coming up to people, men or women, like just come up to them and just say anything, like connection wise. If you're like, hey, I saw you in this show, or hey, I saw, and coming up to people was always so scary for me, and I had to kind of get over that with networking and being an introverted kid. I was an introverted kid when I was younger, so getting over that and being like, hey, you're not introverted anymore. You're extroverted. Prove it. Prove that you're extroverted. And that's a lot of the ways I've kind of ended old habits. You know what I mean? Like the way I've completely killed and murdered old habits is that. Like first step is I'm not the person that does this. Now I'm extroverted. It's like, well, why do you say that? Well, look at my decisions that I'm going to make. And even if you haven't made them yet, start making them and then you'll actually have proof. Literally, I mean factually. I'm not telling you how to live your life. I'm saying literally that's what would happen. You would have the proof, and then I have so much proof that I'm an extroverted person that I can call myself an extrovert. Same thing with introvert, right? So it's like it's subjective. For some people, I remember there was this one girl. For me, I'm feel so big boned, so to speak, but I'm one of those people that can eat so much. I come from a family that eats so much, and when I did my big weight loss and I killed that, I was the guy who was really skinny and in shape. I became the workout guy. And I was like, no, but I'm still the guy that eats a lot. And then now I'm like this big jack guy. Everyone's like, well, you must work out. So I'm like, I just do once a day. Or that I lift weights. Everyone's been saying I lift. I'm not even kidding. Every single person I see, I've been like, so what's your gym routine like? I'm like, I don't go to the gym, man. I work out at home. I work out with, I put my feet up on a bed and do some push-ups and some pull-ups. That's it. Like, everything else for legs, because I'm genetically have great legs, but everything else for legs is really just walking. And it helps my calves. It helps build muscle around my knees and maybe some body weight squats, but nothing crazy, you know. Okay, so right now I'm going to go edit these shorts because I have about 2 or 3 shorts to edit. I think I'm going to do 2. And I have to edit Instagram. Yeah, it's a lot of editing and then film a podcast. So I'll see you guys after that. All right, I just finished editing some podcasts and some YouTube shorts, and it's pretty much all I want to do for the day. And at least in this first portion of work, I'll probably add some more hours later in the day as like editing some more videos just to post right away. But it's really been an awesome day, and I'm glad to have experienced it with you guys. I'm glad to have experienced it in general. You know, I'm like about halfway through the day, so I'll go talk to my family, hopefully, and be awesome, you know, and just be the guy who's doing awesome things, not just wasting my time or telling you I'm going to be disciplined when I'm not, you know, actually be the person who is and is honest with you when I'm not, you know. And I hope you guys can feel the same. I hope you guys can feel the same feeling I'm feeling right now, and you guys can feel the same and go through the same experiences in terms of going through the similar motions through the day and being who you want to be. You know what I mean? I hope you guys can feel the feeling of doing the things you think you should, because it really is unmatched. And I've said that before, but today I feel the same way. It's so underrated. And underappreciated, I think. Today I'll remember today as one of those days, rejoicing and getting ready for the new week as it comes in. And maybe because I switched things up, that's why, I switched up the order in my day, but I really feel the same way. And watching Succession, rewatching. I've already seen Succession, but rewatching Succession's, that was a highlight. It's so funny. And just goes to show that everything, because they're business people. It's about business people. So everything that happens with the business or anything like that, it's just a joke. It really is a joke. And although people do take it seriously, and I take it seriously, it's still just so, not to say it doesn't matter, but it's so fugazi. It's just a little blimp in the grand scheme of time and what I'm meant to do on this earth, It's just a little story, a little sidetrack, so to speak. I wouldn't say sidetrack, maybe sidetrack, a phase, right? How Marvel has its phases, Marvel phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. I feel that way where I'm in this phase right now. And this phase might last me years. I hope it does. I was saying that on the podcast, that I hope I can look back and say, I haven't slipped up in years. Although this feeling stays, it hasn't affected my decision in years. That'd be cool. And if it has minorly, who cares? But majorly affected where I didn't know when I was going to go back to work, or I didn't know when I was going to stop being lazy and just have ignorance for work like that. I've been there too many times. And I used to say that days like today, high energy days, are days I have to be nervous about, because it's the days that are annoying and sad or whatever it is. Those are the days you don't have to be nervous about. I used to think that a lot, where it's I don't have to be nervous about this. This is, if I can get through this, I can get through anything. But today, it's a bit different, I'm getting through this, and I almost got through this already, and it was easy. It was the best. See, I hope future me can feel that too. Hopefully future me has some days like this. It's been happening to me at least twice a week, where I have a really good day like this, where I'll be yeah, I'm going to remember this one. This one's a nice one. Then I have a good one where I have a real good smack in the face, where it's oh, Jesus. That was the most difficult thing I've ever done in my life. That's what it feels like. You feel like your emotions just take over. You're saying stupid things. You're it was like yesterday. Yesterday was similar to that, where I felt that. So, make a bit of a toast. Here's to days like today. Hope there'll be many more. On that note, I'll see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed. I come out with these videos all the time, literally every day, and this is my journey, so hopefully you guys can see me go through my other phases or new phases that I come by. Peace.